Welcome to our full day in Reykjavík. Yesterday was travel day. We also managed to squeeze in a Northern Lights tour. We were pretty exhausted yesterday, I have to admit. It was an early start for us. It was a 4 a.m. start. We landed, really good time. I think
it went just really smoothly, but it was just so exhausting. I don't understand why, because 4 a.m. isn't that early a start, really.
No.
But it was just a tiring old day. I think because it wasn't much sunlight when we got here, it kind of threw me, and I thought it was time for bed, and it was like lunchtime.
Yeah, the daylight was very dusky. It's very dusky. The sun at the moment, we're in second week in November, so the sun doesn't come up until 9:45, and then sets at 5:45. Sorry. Yeah, it's quite dark, isn't it?
And I think it was like a bit of a cloudy day yesterday, so it just gives that like really dusk effect for most of the day.
Yeah, but it was nice light.
It was nice light.
As much as I could focus on it, it was very much that winter, cloudy sunlight.
Like moody skies kind of.
Yeah.
Such. Yeah.
Yeah, it would have been a good photography day, yesterday.
Yes.
For sure.
So tiring day. So we had a bit of a siesta and then went on the Northern Lights tour.
Well, I can't say we had a little bit of
no, you
siesta.
had 3 hours.
I absolutely, I just went sparkle. I was out, completely out. I think after having a little bit of food, and I was definitely in a food coma of some sort, and that was it. I was gone. Good 3 hours.
Yeah. And then we really didn't want to go out in the night. You were kicking yourself that we booked the Northern Lights tour for the first night.
Yes.
Because initially that was your plan, to get all done, and then just in case we didn't see him, risk going again. But last night I think you were kicking yourself really, having to get dressed in your warm gear to go out when you just wanted to put your cozies on.
I just didn't want to.
No,
I really didn't want to.
Yeah.
That's the advice that we'd followed and we'd been given, really, was to book the Northern Lights on the first night if possible, and then you have the rest of the time to book it again if you should need to.
Because if you don't get to see the Northern Lights, if the class is a no-show, then you can book back onto another trip for free. Although last night we went on a small group tour, which was like a small minibus for the people with a more personalised guide rather than like the coach load that left just before us. So we will now rebook on, because it was classed as a no-show, onto another one, but it'll be the full coach.
Yes, yeah. And what we have to say as well, though, was although this was classed as a small group, it wasn't a small group as such. A small group for me would be, say, a dozen people, say 12 or so people. This was probably about 40 or 50.
It wasn't. It was for 30 people.
Was it?
Yeah.
Says the blind man.
Yeah, it was.
It sounded like it.
But they were, so we were all sat on the bus, and we were about half hour in the bus station waiting to go. But I think they literally had people book on last minute, and they filled every seat on the bus, which then just seemed very busy. And people weren't very patient when the Northern Lights weren't there as they got off the bus.
Yeah, there was more than a few disgruntled passengers.
Yeah, got off the bus for 5 minutes and then wanted the bus driver to
move on.
Yeah, move on and try and look for him somewhere else, because obviously they weren't there. I don't think they got the concept.
I think they magically wanted someone to kind of
like a
switch on the Northern Lights. I got that impression.
So although it was a no-show, we were able to capture some aurora, but just not much activity just through the camera, not through the naked eye.
I think a lot of people were thinking they were going to rock up with their phones and have these Instagram shots of the Northern Lights lighting up the sky like fireworks. Yeah,
no,
it's just not going to work.
Not on a low or poor visibility night.
No.
Yeah, so we ended up back on the bus, dropped us off at our hotel, which was about 1 a.m. So it ended up being like a really long day, yes, and I feel like I've been here a week.
Yeah. One thing I want to say though is that the guide that we had,
He was very good,
he
very
was
knowledgeable.
extremely good. And you know, I took my DSLR and a particular lens that I use for astrophotography, and he was very interested and took time to talk to us. And I think his name was Sol.
Yeah. Shortened to Sol, we said.
Yeah. Sol. Very, very, very good. I just salute you, my friend.
Yeah, so it ended up being, we booked through a tour operator, but it was the Reykjavík excursion small group trip.
Yeah,
That's
so
when we done.
I think the order of the day now will be that he will report back to the office. He will say that the Northern Lights tour was a no-show for Northern Lights, and then we're given the option then to go onto the website, put in our booking reference, and rebook on the bigger excursion. So you don't get the small group one, but you do get the option to go onto the bigger one. So we said we're here for 5 nights. Last night was our first night. So we said we'd do it on our last night because that's the day that we haven't got a lot on.
It was going to be an early night before travelling home the next day, but it might be a late night now chasing the lights.
Yes. Yes, but you know.
Get away.
Yeah.
Get it done.
You know, once you're here, you're here. Just do what you can.
And in the meantime then, if we do have like a high activity night and we can see it from town or whatever, there's no need to go on that tour.
Yeah, exactly.
So we could cancel it then and not bother, but it is
I think it's like
backup.
Yeah, it's like all things though. It's been really unfortunate that the last couple of days there's been some absolutely stunning activity, and the photos that have been in circulation has been
just like from the naked eye and from Reykjavík town, nobody've had to go to the dark skies areas to see them.
Yes.
So fingers crossed.
But you know, it's not all about the Northern Lights. There's other things that we've got planned this week which we're very looking forward to doing.
Yeah. So today's plan is heading on the local bus service.
That's going to be fun.
Yeah, because I've got no sense of direction and John can't help me.
What bus is it?
I think it's the 15.
It's 15, you said.
But I will ask the driver to make sure I'm going the right way.
Well, there is number 15.
No, that this going into the town. Worst case scenario, John, we'll get in a taxi and come back. We'll be fine.
Welcome to Scotland.
So there's a couple of things you want to do in town today, isn't there?
Yes, there are a few things. We
John the foodie.
Yeah.
There's a couple of restaurants or cafes you want to go and have a look at and try.
Definitely. I do like good food. I don't know if you're the same, but I really like
so
good food. We'll have the issues of a dinner time menu, no doubt. Do they do lasagna and chips? If they do lasagna and chips, we'll be fine.
I haven't had lasagna and chips for years, but that's what I was like before, because I'd be so frightened of ordering something different off a menu in case I didn't like it. But I've learned now, make you order it, try it, and then if I like it, I order it myself.
So you get 2 meals then, don't you? See, who's the silly one? I need to start doing this. Yeah, nothing really planned. This is our own steam. We just want to have a little walk around Reykjavík, discover. There's a couple of things that we wanted to go to and to see, and obviously we take you along for the ride.
On the bus 15?
On bus 15, yes. Which is probably bus 25 or 26 or something like that. You know, 15 goes to another Reykjavík in the north of the island.
We'll see. You'll be laughing the outside your face if I get this right. You will. I'll never live it down if I haven't got it right.
Or there'd be one in my filing cabinet then. I'd be cycling through.
Okay, we'll see. Right.
Okay.
Ready?
Yep, that's it then.
Boots on, let's go.
Yep. We will see you shortly. excuse the audio, it's a bit ropey. We're on the side of a road, which we've just crossed now to catch the bus to go into Reykjavík. The ingenious thing from an accessibility level is the fact that the crossing has a TikTok kind of function. When it's safe for us to cross, it goes very
Like a rapid TikTok, isn't it? Speeds up.
so you know exactly when it's clear and ready for you to go.
Oh,
The audio.
good, yeah.
It's an ingenious method, and I'll try and film it again if I don't film it correctly this time.
That's where we are. And we're going to that one. So it's handy to know all the bus routes are, because this is the 15.
Yeah.
I'm talking to you, not the people of the world.
Just tell me again.
What's it called? Go on, take
where are
the
we
mic.
going?
Into town.
Oh, we're going into town. Okay, all right.
You fool.
Guys, we're going into town.
Right, Jono? Yep. We just got off the bus stop at the wrong stop because I panicked. Because we had cash on the card, but they don't take cash or card. And we had to pay by an app, which we didn't have. And the driver just started driving with John stood there. Nearly went flying like a crash test dummy. So we just jumped off, and now we're walking through Reykjavík, trying our best to find the cathedral using Google Maps with poor signal, which is like.
We're down on the seafront now.
As you can tell, it's a little windy.
A little bit windy.
It's the wind chill here. Generally it's not that cold, but it's the wind. That wind cuts right through you.
Yeah.
Oh,
Definitely need your gloves on. Definitely need your hat on.
yeah.
And you definitely need to go and find a cup of tea or a cup of coffee, whatever your preference.
Yeah.
Okay, press record.
It is recording.
Oh, good. So we just had a nice cup of coffee. It's absolutely bloody freezing. So now, yeah, so it's really, really nice to warm up. So the coffee, and well, I had a cup of coffee, Bethan had a cup of tea, and it really wasn't bad priced. I think, did you say it was 1,200 kronas, which is about, I don't know, about 7-8 quid. Not bad, really. It's, you know, kind of near enough something that we would pay in our country. So that was really, really good. We are now off to up by the cathedral. We're going to see if we can grab ourselves a hot dog, because I know we're hungry. That's what we're going to do. So we're down by the beach, or coastline in Reykjavik.
It's a bit windy. I don't know whether you can hear that on the mic.
Hopefully it's not too bad on the microphone. It is very, very windy. Hopefully it's not clipping too much. But it's very, very cold. It's definitely time to get a cup of coffee and a cup of tea or a hot chocolate.
Yeah, nice.
And I think that's the order of the last part of the day now. We are back. It's been a long day again.
Yes, it has.
So we started the day, we caught the number 15 bus from outside the Hilton Nordic Hotel, which was really good. It was really, really good, but there's a couple of things you need to know. So you need to download an app.
Yeah, because it's a cashless and cardless service. So you have to prepay and buy your tickets via the app, and then it sends you a QR code, which then you scan on the bus, which we didn't know. And we got on the bus, and then the driver just said, app, and closed the door and pulled off.
So the couple of things are problematic there, because the buses have free Wi-Fi, which is great.
Great, yeah.
Which is great. So if you haven't got any data, or you haven't managed to sort out your data packages with whoever you're with, you can log on. But you've got to log on. So that might take you a little bit of time. Then you've got to download the app if you haven't got the app, and get it all sorted. And then you've got to attach your card, your payment card, to the app.
Yeah.
And then, like we use the Chase card. So then I think you had to authorize the Chase payment, didn't you?
Yeah.
So all these things need to happen. And then obviously you don't take a seat. So I was kind of like getting thrown around in the front of a bus for a little while. And Bethan's obviously doing that as well, whilst trying to sort everything out. Yeah, it was a little bit stressful.
Yeah.
We also managed to get off a stop earlier than
Needed.
what we needed, so we ended up walking. It felt like about an extra half a mile or so.
I don't think it was half a mile. It's just I can't, without data, I was struggling with the maps and things as well, so it was a bit frustrating to start with.
Yeah, definitely. I think all of that was frustrating for us, and initially, and kind of, we're the kind of couple anyway that just takes the mick out of each other anyway when we do things like this.
Yeah.
It's the way things go.
Yeah, but we managed to see the cathedral. That was the main thing that we wanted to go into Reykjavik for.
Yeah, it was a really, really good day, and the cathedral is absolutely stunning.
And you managed to get to Cafe Loki.
Yeah.
That was something you really wanted to try, wasn't it?
I really, really wanted to go to this Cafe Loki, because they do a lot with rye bread. It was absolutely gorgeous. It was lovely. It was lovely, lovely food. I really did enjoy it. Then we took a stroll down to the coast, and by this time though, it was getting a little bit on the dark side, wasn't it? Really.
And it was blistery cold.
Oh my God.
Terrible.
There is 2 pieces of advice here, and massively useful. Get a really decent hat, especially if you're like myself. Get a really decent hat. Get something to cover your ears.
Yeah. Your ears.
Ears or years? Years.
Ears.
Years and years. And get some really, really tidy gloves, because the wind is bitter.
It is bitter. Yeah.
It's
The ambient temperature didn't seem so bad. If you were
No.
out of the wind, it was that wind chill that was absolutely
Yeah.
freezing. I
It
think
was-
prior to coming, we were quite concerned of how much things would cost, looking at what other people had said, isn't it? But I don't think we found it all that bad, really. It's a little bit on the costly side, but it's not like eye-wateringly costly.
No, it's certainly not as expensive as, as prior thought.
And I suppose it's where you go, your choices maybe. But we haven't found it too bad.
No, I think we're quite fortunate that just round the corner, there is a restaurant and there is a supermarket round the corner. We have noticed the prices are, if not the same as the UK, maybe 10 or 20% on top, but not drastic. A 15-inch pizza is about £16, so it's not too bad in essence. That's what we're trying to say. In those things that we've seen, I do believe though that because we are outside of the kind of
tourist
area of Reykjavik, I think that's played in our favour. So as much as we have the hassle, I suppose, of getting on a bus and going to the old town of Reykjavik, I think we've saved money in that little small process.
Yeah, and like all our excursions offered like hotel pickup, so we haven't had to worry about anything like that, have we? So
No. What we have found with the excursions so far is that although we've only just done one,
all of them,
all of them, just the one, has been that although they pick us up, they drop us off at a bus station.
Yeah.
And then we join the
tour.
tour from there. That's what happened last night with the Northern Lights. So tomorrow morning we're on the Golden Circle tour. Like I said, we start at 8 o'clock in the morning, and we'll try and show you what we can with that one.
Thing is sometimes it is awkward to carry the camera around, especially if like the surface are uneven for you. So just keeping an eye on you, people, e-scooters.
We didn't do Reykjavik as in depth
tour. We've
tour.
just winged it, haven't we?
We've just winged it, and we've just had a lovely day. And that's the main thing. We've had a bit of a laugh, and there's been some jibs back and forth, but kind of it's been a good day. Really good day. So we look forward to tomorrow, the Golden Circle.
Yep.
Although it might be a long one, like you say, it's going to be a bit of fun again.
Let's charge the batteries up.
Time to charge the batteries. Yet
Good
again.
night.
See you tomorrow.